Hey there, Terry. How's it going? My name is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help bring in more pet owners to your business. Oftentimes, in the world of the internet, most local business owners are way too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. And sometimes the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is that they don't know who they can trust. I have found by giving people a freezy e-attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business has resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and asking me to help them grow. So by the end of this video, you've liked what you heard and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business. Just shoot me a message back and we can chat. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition, which are content, citations, and backlinks. So content. Most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that studies have shown that Google wants for there to be at least 1,500 words on their homepage. Not only that, the content needs to have the right keywords. Google does this because it gets them to know what your business is and its purpose. And right now, your site is looking at 2752 words, which is really impressive, honestly. I can count on one hand how many veterinary hospitals or businesses, period, that I've seen with at least the minimum. So you guys are doing incredible with that. So good job on that. Congratulations. I already went ahead and I did your top competitor, and these guys are looking at 678. So you guys are already, twice the amount of words that they have. So good job on that. So a part of this content you want to have, I mentioned keywords. Keywords are special words that people search up each month to help resolve their issues, concerns, questions, just certain things like that. And you guys miss out on lots of pet owners by not having those keywords on your site, because when they look up those keywords, you want your website to pop up, right? So in order for your website to pop up, you need to have those keywords on your website. So in terms of content, of what I mean by that, so everything that's highlighted, even the pictures in the background, this is what Google looks at when they scan your website. So you also want to make sure that your photos, pictures that you have on there are also have keywords. Perfect. I love it. So you want to make sure all of the photos have save link is. You want to make sure all of the photos that get on there actually have keywords embedded into them. So going to here, this is Ahrefs. This is a tool that basically gives me behind the scenes details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. So I ran a quick scan of you and your competitor just to look at a couple of things, one of them being keywords. You guys are ranking for 119 keywords at the moment. So let's take a look at what some of those keywords are, shall we? All right, so here are some of them that, let's see. So these aren't the most optimized for like people who are trying to find you, or for Google, because you don't want people to just be finding you because of your name. You think of the people who don't know your business name, right? So they won't be able to find you. So you want to use different types of words, and I'm going to give you an example of one in a sec. So let's take a look at your competitor and see what they got popping. They are ranking for 1,500 words at the moment. Let's go scroll down and see what they got in the pot. All right, so question. This one's okay. This one's kind of okay. So again, these are like, you also want to make sure like some of these are questions, basically like just getting answers, resolved. And you want to get, buyer intent keywords, and these are this is an example of a buyer intent, because when people search stuff like up this like up, they're looking for something at the moment, like they're looking for something to take their pet to, So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to give you an example of a keyword, and I am going to, what you doing over there? Just be here. I'm going to give you an example and show you what it looks like. So this is an example veterinarian in Charlottesville, VA. And I'm going to go over this page starting with here. This is the second thing I'd like to go over, and these are called citations. No, scratch that. Okay, so the second thing I'd like to go over with you are citations, all right? So this over here is called the map pack. And this here has your business's name, address, and phone number. This is how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. And you might be wondering, well, how the heck do I get up in maps, right? And, that's a friggin' awesome question, because right now you guys aren't actually in the top 3 at the moment. And this is where you want to be. This is where the sauce is, because people do not click on more businesses. Come on, people don't have the patience to go through this, to go to these. So it's best to be one of the top 3. So this is where you want to be. And in order to get that, you need to have your business's name, address, and phone number on tons of directories. And this picture here illustrates exactly how what I mean is, like City Star, Yelp, even Facebook. Yep, Facebook as well. BBB, all those different areas. And the goal is you want to have more than what your competitor has, because by that then you'll gain more trust in them from Google. It'll push you above them in the map pack. And you're probably asking, well, that's friggin' great, but how am I supposed to do that? And it's really simple, actually. Let's go back over here. There are sites that are used that can actually tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed on. And then we literally go down that list and we match those directories. But we don't want to just stop there, because we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate, So whatever your competitor has in citations, we want to get what they got and add like 50 to 100 more. So it takes them a long time to catch back up, or not at all. And then the last thing I like to go over with you today is link juice or backlinks. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So when we searched up this pretty little special keyword up here, we see you guys are actually not ranking bad, honestly. You're on the first page. That's a start, okay? Being on the first page, but where you want to be is up in the south. You want to be in the first 3. So you want to be up here, because this is where people tend to migrate to out of the first 3. They don't scroll to the bottom or the second or third page. So this is where you want to be at. And in order to get that, you need to have more authority. And how you get authority comes back down to backlinks. A backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think of it like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice. It's kind of like a vote of confidence, and in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So for example, if you get a local blog about, dog hair, if you get that link back to you, then that's awesome. But you don't want something like a Pizza Hut linking back to you, right? Because, last time I checked, you guys don't sell pepperoni. So just to give you an idea, so that's back to Arabs over here. This is a site that'll help us take a look at your backlinks. And you guys are sitting at 245. That's actually pretty nice. It's not really dominating at the moment, but hey, it's better than nothing. So going to take a look at your competitor. And they have 759 backlinks. This is everything that I'm telling you right now is beatable, by the way. They just put in a little bit more effort for, putting themselves out there. So how we would actually go about getting these is that, with tools like Arrows, we can see exactly what, sites are linking to them, and then we can go get those exact same links for your business, just like, kind of like the citations. So that's what we would do. And then, same thing, we don't want to match, we want to dominate, so we want to do more, right? So once again, in closing, we went over content. Your front page needs at least 1,500 words, which you guys are dominating in that area, actually. Citations, you want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And link juice, you guys want more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority. And if you implement these strategies today, you could be #1 across Google. And I bet you're wondering, well, what do I do now? And, you can either go with this information I provided you today, and you can do this on your own, and that's cool. Or you can reach back out to me for an effective route to save yourself the time at 218-517-5513. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a nice day. Bye.